Have you seen the scandal of the Brazilian Ana Delvey? So I have been tagged in all kinds of videos trying to understand what's going on with this drama in Brazil because I'm Brazilian, I speak Portuguese, and there are all these videos about this guy who's supposedly a scammer in Portuguese, and people are trying to figure out what's going on. So since I report on all things luxury, I figured I'm gonna make a video explaining what's going on. In case you haven't heard, there is this Brazilian influencer who portrays a life of insane wealth. I'm not talking having a Chanel bag and a Louis Vuitton logo bag. I'm talking about photos with tons of different exotic Hermes bags, private jets, different Rolls Royce, traveling the world, the most insane suites, the outfits, designer head to toe. His name is João. The way he portrays himself is unlike anything I have seen before. And I thought he was a bit fishy because I know people that have a lot of money in real life, and even the ones that are most flamboyant kind of don't act the way he does. Made a name for himself, kind of showing off and rubbing gratuitous wealth in kind of a very strange way. And all of a sudden, people started to investigate his life, and also some people started to come forward with accounts of experiences with him, which are making him a complete scammer now. It's all supposedly, right? So he supposedly claimed that he was the son of an Arabian sheik, very, very rich royalty, comes from insane wealth, and people started digging into his past and found that he comes from very humble beginnings in Brazil. They even found the house that he lived and posted the house that he lived in Brazil. There's supposedly a photo circulating of him with his Arabian dad, and people found out that that photo was photoshopped on top of a stock photo, so it's all bull, okay? People also started talking about being scammed by him, and what seems to happen is that his MO is he will approach people that are influencers, small influencers that are trying to make it in the influencer world, and he will approach them promising to connect them with big names in the luxury fashion industry. He claims to be friends with the CEO of Balenciaga. He says he's going to connect you with Chanel, take you to fashion shows, and he will ask them to pay for his trip and pay this insane consulting fee for him to do all of these things. I've watched a few videos of people coming forward, and they have receipts, you guys, okay, of their experience with him. This one girl used to make vlogs for Brazilian people showing how life is in Switzerland, in Zurich. He approached her. He called her and said, if you pay for my trip to come to Switzerland and you pay my fee of X thousand amount of dollars, I will take you to these fashion shows. I would connect you with these events. This other girl said the same thing. He approached her saying, I can take you to New York. I can connect you with all of these luxury places. And if you pay this X amount of fee, I will take you to a Chanel gala. The girl ended up getting the money, flies to New York, meets him in New York, and she starts relating the whole experience with him in New York. She says they went to Cipriani, which is a very famous restaurant here in the US. She said that they ate at Cipriani, and when he created the TikTok video, he posted these videos that he stole from other people of all of these things that they never ordered when they went to Cipriani.
Other people saying,
and he posts the bill of their meal at like $2,900, and she said that that was a complete lie. That was not their bill, that they actually spent $70 per person when they went to Cipriani. She also says that after that, they go to the Rolls Royce dealership where they took a bunch of photos of themselves in Rolls Royces, and she shows her photos and his. She says he took photos on all of these different cars, pretending that they were his car. She said that he lies so much. He steals footage from other people. He photoshops stuff from other people. She also says that he posted photos wearing her outfits. He borrowed her outfits, and then she showed the clothes, so receipts, okay, of him wearing her outfits. So in the middle of all this rigmarole in New York, the time comes for them to go to the Chanel gala. He calls her, he leaves her a voice message, and she played all of the voice messages on her TikTok video where he's saying, you know, he claims his mom was sick with cancer in the hospital for a while and he was really down. And then the night that the Chanel gala was supposed to happen, he tells her that his mom has sadly passed away and they couldn't go to the gala. But she said she got suspicious because before the gala, no problem that his mom was ill with cancer in the hospital. He was all happy, gallivanting around. After the Chanel gala, same thing, all happy, gallivanting around. So she calls Chanel in New York, and Chanel tells her that there was no gala. There were no events happening whatsoever. And she realized it was all a farce. It was all a scam. And she even had the invite that he created for them for the Chanel gala that she had paid for. This is the length that he's willing to go. She also said that while they were in New York, they went to a Birkin appointment where he looked at all of these exotic Birkin bags, and he told the sales associate a complete lie about his life. She said that he made up that he came from this billionaire foreign family, showed stuff in his phone that was completely false. And then when the SA left the room, he made her take 1 million photos of him with all of those exotic Birkins, pretending he was actually shopping and that those bags were his. And actually, I talked to my community on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, what are you waiting for? Because that's where all the action goes down real time, okay? Erica's Girly World. But I'm talking to my community on Instagram about this, and I said, I looked at the photo of the place he was at with all of the Birkins, and I was like, this is not an Hermes back room. And first of all, Hermes would never accept someone off the street and say, okay, I'm gonna take you to my back room and show you all of our exotic bags. That would never happen. So it's very hard to scam with Hermes, right? One of my followers in my community said that what he showed, that place that he was at, is the Madison Avenue Couture showroom in New York. It's a resale place of luxury bags. And I was like, it had to be a resale place because Hermes would never do that. So she said that, you know, he's flexing all of these things that are really not his. Like, he will go to places and pretend that he owns the cars, that he's buying the bags, he borrows his clothes from people. And then she said that she posted a photo of herself and said that he gave her, you know, these accessories, gave her this Chanel belt. When she went back later, found out that the Chanel belt was fake. And I believe it because, I mean, looking at the receipts, it's kind of hard to deny. And then a lot of people are asking me like, Erica, but he shows himself in private jets, in these insane hotels. Guys, this is how things happen, right? And I have experienced this with people in real life. You show up somewhere pretending to be rich. You show up in the Instagram luxury community. You post photos of exotic Hermes bags. You post photos of your jewelry, your Bulgari, your Van Cleef, and you pretend to be really wealthy. And we live in a world where people are very fake and they want to associate with people that they have an interest on. And all of a sudden, everybody's going to start following you, befriending you. I mean, I deal with this because I do luxury. It's a very kind of disgusting world in a way. People approach you because they have an interest on what you have to offer. So he shows up looking really wealthy. A bunch of famous people, reputable people followed him. A bunch of them. I'm sure he made friends with a lot of very influential people. So all of these famous people followed him. So think you show up as an influencer, and these people that he's scamming in Brazil are people that have money, because for you to be able to go to New York or pay him a consulting fee to go to a Chanel gala, you have money. You look at his following and you see, my gosh, all of these famous rich people follow him. He's the real deal. So you approach him, you become friends. So I think he became friends with a lot of very wealthy people, and then he tags along and he shows the photos in the private jets, in the helicopters, in the amazing hotels, and it's really not him. It's really him tagging along with somebody else. And he created this story of this insanely wealthy lifestyle, and people idolize him because he shows up as a very flamboyant, out there, too much. Like, in my opinion, too much, like not believable too much. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is how he made a name for himself, and now everything is exploding in his face. He made a video with his version of the facts saying that, hey, I never claimed that I was the son of an Arabian sheik. This was a fake account that was created and created all of these stories pretending to be me. I already called the police to close these fake accounts. I come from humble beginnings in Brazil. I worked very hard for everything that I have, and I have someone who believed in me. In his explanation, he kind of made it seem like he has a sugar daddy. I kind of thought, okay, maybe it's possible he does have a sugar daddy. But after looking at the accounts of the people that have been scammed by him and finding out about his lies, and then I also spoke with the Birkin Slayer, who took a look at the Birkins he actually carries in real life, and the Birkin Slayer did not give their stamp of approval, if you know what I mean. So everything is shady, and I've been in this world long enough, and I have met enough scammers on social media, enough pretenders, to know that people are willing to go through insane lengths to be connected, to be popular, to be famous. You do not understand how crazy people can be.